Okay, so here's the start of my carpentry tips video. One of the most important things you'll notice right off the bat is that I'm trying to focus my attention on two specific holes, in this case the top two, and what makes this so important is that focusing on completing holes that are side by side gives you two new empty spaces to work with each time you finish. This prevents your board from becoming locked up while you wait for very specific pieces, and pretty much lowers the chance that you'll have to boot your board because you don't get what you need in time. What you'll notice I do here is when one of the holes I'm focusing on has room for maybe 2 or 3 pieces left, I won't put any more in until I have all the remaining pieces I need to finish it off as a masterpiece, or if I have to put one in just because it's getting shaky. The important thing that this does for you is it buys time while you wait for that last important piece that you need. If you've been doing things this way, you should almost always have fairly open holes on the other half of the board that you can place the extra pieces you're getting until you find the one you need for your masterpiece. And each time your board shakes, you just use one of the pieces that you've been saving to settle it and buy more time. Other than that, the last thing I personally try to do is just really stay aware of the rarity of pieces, or where they might be able to fit in. If I get a problem piece, like an X or a T for me, which sometimes won't fit very easily into a smaller hole, I try to pawn them off on the larger ones, where there's still a lot of room for a change in plans. Whenever possible, I try to keep my last hole such that it could be filled with several combinations of pieces, especially ones involving at least one P-shaped piece, as they're the most common. This video is a little bit dated now because I kept procrastinating on adding the tips, so there are a few changes to the most recent version of Carpentry, but they don't really affect this strategy much at all. All that's really different now is that you'll often get much larger holes to fill as you become higher ranked and play the puzzle more, and the stars will eventually fill and prevent you from getting 2 new boards to continue your masterpiece chain. The larger holes are actually more useful in this strategy as there's more places to put your problem pieces in, so they can actually help you out quite a bit. For the recent version, I'd also suggest using a smaller hole for your focus hole right off the start, because making a quick masterpiece will get your hammer sparkling quickly and help keep your rating up while you work on filling in the large ones, which can take some time and could cost you a point in a bake-off situation. Just remember, especially on smaller holes, try not to fill it up too much until you have all the pieces you'll need for the masterpiece. When it gets to about 3 left, look what different types of pieces can be used to get a masterpiece and wait for those to come up before making a commitment. Small holes are easy to mess up on by filling too quickly and then hoping for the last piece that never actually comes. This has been Dorien on the Midnight Ocean with some hopefully helpful carpentry tips. Before I fade off and let you watch the last few masterpieces here before I hit the league point, I'd just like to thank my captain for hosting this file for almost a year while I got my barnacle together and finally gave it some audio. Thanks for watching and fair winds.